Good day, everyone. So for today, we're going to discuss Piaget's stages of cognitive development. The first stage is the sensory motor stage. So this revolves in around 0 to 2 years old. It is the first stage of a child's life. It begins at birth and lasts through age 2. During this period, the little ones learn about the world by using their senses to interact with the surroundings. This substage involves coordinating sensations and use chemistry. For example, a child may suck his or her thumb by accident and then later intentionally repeat the action. In this stage, the child relies on seeing, touching, sucking, feeling, and using their senses. So, in this stage, the sensory motor stage, the key points of this stage is that the child is learning through using their senses. So now, let's proceed. Object permanence. It is part of sensory motor stage. It is the main goal for the sensory motor stage, and according to Piaget, it develops when a baby is around 8 months old. It is the ability to understand that objects continue to exist even when they cannot be seen or heard, or otherwise sensed. For example, if you place a toy under a blanket, the child who has achieved object permanence knows it is there and can actively see. At the beginning of this stage, the child behaves as if the toy had simply disappeared. So now let's proceed to the stage 2, which is the pre-operational stage. This stage revolves around 2 to 7 years old. So from the word operational, it refers to the ability to manipulate information logically. So they're pre-operational because they are learning about the world by experiencing it. As they build up their experiences of the world around them, they move towards the stage where they can use their imaginations and play make-believe. Role-playing is one of the example of this stage, as your kiddo maybe pretend to be daddy, mommy, teacher, or doctor, to name a few. And next is the symbolic function, still part of the pre-operational stage. So this stage is the cognitive ability to mentally represent objects that are not in sight. It allows children to learn and socialize. For example, Ryle, a 2-year-old, may pretend that she is drinking from a glass which is really empty. By the age of 6 to 7, the child can pretend to play with the objects that exist only in mind. Another example is that Trisha, a 3-year-old girl, uses banana as a telephone because banana and telephone are look alike. Next is the egocentrism. It is the inability to differentiate between self and other. The child sees everything from his own point of view. It is because he believes all the world to think like himself. Examples might be a 3-year-old girl who cannot understand why her cousins call her daddy uncle and why not daddy. Or upon seeing his mother crying, a young child gives his or her favorite stuffed animal to make her feel better. So the next one is the centration. It is the act of focusing all attention on one characteristic or dimension of a situation while disregarding all others. For example, when a child is presented with 2 identical glasses with the same amount of water, the child will say, they have same amount of water. However, once water from one of the glasses is transferred to an obviously taller but narrower glass, the child might say that there is more water in the taller glasses. The child only focused on one aspect of the glass. The child only centered on the height of the glass and excluded the width in determining the amount of water in the glass. And now let's move on. The irreversibility. It refers to the young child's difficulty mentally reversing a sequence of events, a stage in which a child is falsely believes that actions cannot be reversed or undone. For example, if a 3-year-old boy sees someone flatten a ball of Play-Doh, he will not understand that the dough can easily be reformed into a ball. Animism. So animism is the belief that inanimate objects have human feelings and intentions. For example, from the word animism, from the word itself, it means that the world of nature is alive, conscious, and has a purpose. For example, Jisoo cries every time her favorite stuffed animal is kicked. Another one. When at night, the child is asked, "Where the sun?" She will reply that Mr. Sun is asleep. The next and the last one is the transductive reasoning. It is a form of logic frequently used by young children. The tendency of a child in the pre-operational stage of cognitive development to see a connection between unrelated instances. For example, since her mommy comes home every day around 6 o'clock in the evening, when asked why it is already night, the child will say, "Because my mom is already home." So that's all for today.